You're watching Guude. You're watching Guude. Fighting just to save our lives. Got you laughing every night.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
So, did you see old Bernie?
I saw old Bernie in the race, and I saw Trump told him he had his time and day or whatever. What did he say to him?
Oh, I didn't see that Trump said anything to him.
Yeah. I don't know if he said it to him, but it was like a headline where he was like, he had his time and place to run for the president or something.
Oh, yeah, you only get one.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
Wow.
kind of strange.
Oh, God, Trump.
Did you know that? Like, are you guys in the winter storm warning for tomorrow?
I don't know. I do know that, tonight was my daughter's swim lesson, so we did that, and then we left, and she said she wanted Mexican food, so we went to the Mexican place, and whenever we were leaving the Mexican place, it's coming to damn blizzard outside. It's not snow, it's just like it's almost like hell, but not quite. It's like big chunks of ice is falling from the sky.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know, like, I've been hearing for a couple days that they're talking about winter weather coming later in the week, and I was like, okay, no big deal. And I'm seeing like, the winter snowstorm's coming toward you guys, like in DC area. I'm thinking, okay, must not be a big deal, because I don't hear much about it. Then all of a sudden, everything's already fucking canceled for tomorrow.
Huh.
All the public schools are canceled tomorrow. All the classes, like all the local colleges, and I'm like, what? Now the forecast is like it's supposed to be 3 to 6 inches starting some point tonight to the morning.
See, I don't think we're getting snow. Nothing's been canceled. No school closes or anything like that. And we closed school for like anything. So I guess whatever the ice that's going on tonight isn't supposed to be a big deal. What's weird to me is I've been checking the weather for the last few days because this is the last weekend we can sell Girl Scout cookies, and we keep getting fucked by the weather. Like 2 weeks ago, it was 80 degrees every
The
day.
weather does not like Girl Scouts, man.
It is awful. It was 80 degrees every fucking day until Friday night, and it got down to 25. Went from 80 to 25 on Friday night. It's like, fuck your Saturday booth. Here you go. So I've been like checking the weather to see what this week's gonna do, and it said it was supposed to be like 40 all week, but it sure as fuck is colder than that outside right now.
I know that I went and made sure the hot tub was on. All right, I'll be getting ready for some more hot tubbing in the snow.
But you said you can't have the bubbles and the heat on at the same time, right?
Not at the same time, so it'll only be like a 20-minute tops before it gets too cold out.
Right, that's what I was about to say. It's real quick, and you're out of there.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. But we hadn't been able to have it on for a while because when I went to the hospital to have my newest son, the weather got really cold and the temperature in the hot tub got below 40 degrees, and it throws an air code if it's below 40 degrees.
Right,
it won't let you even like run it. So we coincidentally had like a 60 degree day a couple days ago, and it had been a little bit warmer than that, and it was enough to get the temperature of the hot tub when I turned it on was 43 degrees. They let me turn it on.
Wow.
So I've had it running for days, and it's at like 92 when I looked at it.
How much power do you think that consumes? Like, what do you think your cost per day is?
So I will tell you that a lot of people on Amazon reviews and stuff about these type of things say prepare for a significant jump in your electric bill, and they said a $300 a month jump is what one person saw. I will tell you that our electric bill is pretty high as it is. It's like $150 to $200 a month anyway.
Yeah.
But I think we just have high electricity costs out here, and and our downstairs tenant is connected with us. We're all one power grid, and part of our deal is we don't charge for utilities. It's just a flat rate for rent. So I'm sure she is much more. We can see she's got a Nest as well, and it's hooked up to like our account, but we can see she blasts that thing at like 78 degrees at all times.
Oh my god! I couldn't live like that. It's so hot.
And in the summer, she literally has it set to like 60 for the AC to run, and it runs constantly. And so we have a pretty high bill in general. I will tell you, I haven't seen it at all since I've had the hot tub look any different than any other month.
Huh.
So I don't think it takes nearly as much electricity as people are saying it does, or we just are so wasteful with our electricity
already that you can't even tell.
But it doesn't even matter.
Huh.
So I would say it's not bad. But though I did read Amazon reviews that it was terrible. Terrible.
Huh. I wonder which
But I like it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just have a weird thing, and who knows? It could be one of those terrible things where they electricity. Don't they often certain companies do that true up thing where they just constantly bill you at what your average was for the past while, and then they true it up every like 6 months. They'll come out and do an actual reader meeting and then charge you for the difference.
Huh. So my power company offers something like that, where like don't worry about your power bill getting more expensive. Pay the average of this year round, but it's an opt-in sort of thing. It's not a we just do this sort of thing.
Well, but do they ever make you pay?
No, mine's by my meter every single time.
No, but your opt-in thing. But do they ever come out and true it up, or are you literally banking on the fact that are they banking on the fact that the average that they're making you pay, you're using less electricity?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say. It says that it gives me a price and it says it'll be this for 12 months. So after that 12 months, maybe they recalculate it.
Yeah, I don't know,
because they guarantee to be that much for 12 months. Basically,
I never heard of one that they don't quote unquote true up, come out and actually do a real meeting and then a real reading and then charge you the difference in fee, or make your Lex bill less because it's already overpaid them, kind of like taxes.
Yeah. So I mean that's the reason why I don't want to do it, because like, what if I go out of town for 2 months or some shit? I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like I don't want to set them out, because hell, during the winter, because I use propane heat. During the winter, my power bill is like $40 a month. It gets super cheap.
How's your propane bill?
It's not so bad. I think I get off better. Like every 3 months they come and fill it up, and during the winter it's about 400 every 3 months. So like comparatively, if I was using electric heat, I feel like it would be higher. Like I think I would spend more money, basically.
Well, and I think in general, electric heat is higher price just because electricity costs more than most gas, as far as I understand. Granted, I only have electric. We have electric heat, electric water heater, electric, everything around here. Gas stove.
Yeah. All my I have all that stuff for me is gas, like a gas stove, gas water heater, all that stuff. Everything's gas.
Thank God we have the gas. Thank God we have the gas stove.
I'm going to go. I do not.
Okay, I will come. I do not like gas or electric stoves.
Yeah, me either. I'm a big fan of just fire, real fire, like fire.
Speaking of stoves, out of curiosity, weeks that you have your daughter, what's your standard dinner time?
6:30. Normally.
And you eat with your daughter?
Yeah. We eat earlier on some nights because she has certain things like dance and whatnot.
So I grew up in a household where that was pretty standard as well. Between 6 and 7, usually more like between 6 and 6:30, was dinner time for the family.
Right.
So I kind of grew up with that as like a normal dinner time. Once I moved out here to DC, man, it turns out if you try to eat dinner, like, if you're going out to dinner, 6 o'clock, you're like an early bird.
Really?
8 o'clock is when real dinner is for people.
That's like you're in Paris or some shit.
Dinner. Well, and it always drives me insane because, especially with us dealing with, the 2 kids now, but we always get caught up in this stupid thing. Like I've been trying to start cooking dinner earlier and earlier in order so we can eat earlier and kind of have family time and wind down time and get like the kids to bed at a reasonable time.
Mm-hmm.
And we always end up getting in this thing where I'll start cooking around, 6 o'clock or whatever. And somehow we don't even start eating until 8:30.
Really?
And I keep trying to tell my wife, like, we need to start doing this earlier. I literally was cooking up some, like, we had some pork spare ribs that came with our CSA. She won't eat the pork. So I was like, I'm going to cook those up tonight. You cook up whatever, but I'm going to get these things cooked up for dinner because for when we need to use them, they're in there. And Jack, it's something he can help me like put in the Instant Pot. He's not. He's back. He's back in action. He's not worried.
Giving him some pepper.
It's funny. He actually talks about blowing pepper in his eye though, but he's all about still like jumping in and helping like do the cooking and stuff. It didn't deter him, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
But he So he was helping me with that, and after I get stuff in an Instant Pot, because then she's like, she wants to cook this chicken breast that's in there. Chicken breast and some like vegetables that she wants to roast or whatever. So after I get my stuff in the Instant Pot, she then decides she needs to go out and do some not grocery shopping, but some errands at the store. So my stuff is now cooking in an Instant Pot, but none of her stuff cooking at all. She's leaves the house and goes and gets stuff from like CVS.
Well, your food's for the kids too, though, right?
This stuff. Oh well, no, I fed the kid already.
Okay.
Because I was gonna have him have some of my stuff, but he gave him a meal separate. Because since we always eat late, I make sure like they eat. He eats early. He eats at like 5:30 or so.
Okay.
But the problem is, it gets really frustrating when we're trying to eat, and he's either getting antsy, wants to play, or we're trying to get him to go to sleep, but we haven't eaten yet. We're trying to go read books with him, and I'm like sitting there starving because we haven't eaten our dinner yet. And so, of course, this is what happens today. Like, my food ends up getting cooked all the way, done in an Instant Pot. It's done by 6:30, and then she starts cooking her food. And I swear to God, we just put Jack to bed. She's downstairs eating right now.
Jeez. I mean, I think that family dinner is important. So, hopefully y'all can work that out in a way that you can do it together. Because I think that's like especially when he gets like in school age and stuff, because you'll like want to talk about the day and that sort of thing. Like around the dinner table seems like that's the place to do it, right?
Well, right. And I was just more trying to figure out for you, because apparently in this DC land, from what I'm being told, it's adult land. Adults don't eat dinner early, and I don't think that's true. I think
I've always ate like.
Oh, in DC, 7:00 is like the earliest acceptable time to like go.
God, it seems like the older you get, the earlier you eat. Like all the old people around here eat at 4:30. That's dinner time.
Well, I mean, that's the early bird specials. That's the real early bird specials for the senior citizens and all. But yeah, I was so used to like 6 to 6:30 would be like the standard dinner time. But man, you go out to a restaurant around here 6 to 6:30, it's empty.
That's wild. That's how it is in Paris, though. Maybe big cities tend to lean that way for some reason. I don't know.
It's so weird to me.
Man, I had the best meal the other day. You ever do hot pot?
No.
It's like
I don't think I know what a hot pot is.
It's an Asian style.
It sounds like what you do in a car with marijuana.
What is that called? That's
hot boxing.
Hot box, right. No, it's an Asian style thing where it's kind of like fondue, but not like cheeses. They have like a really flavorful broth, and then you order like vegetables and meats and all this stuff, and you like cook it in there. Yeah, I haven't.
You did it, or you went to?
I went to a hot pot place. Me and Renee. Like I haven't. Last time I'd had hot pot was like on the West Coast, and then I had looked for it back here after having it there, and they just didn't do it around here. But there's 2 places now. For some reason I had a thought about it. I don't know what what you think about it. For some reason I was like, I wonder if there's hot pot yet. And look, there's 2 places here that do it now, and so I asked Renee if she wanted to go, and she'd never done it before, so then we did that last weekend, and like I've been craving it ever since too. Like it was just so damn good. Like I don't know, it was just really good.
And this is it similar to ramen at the end?
Well,
is the end product similar to ramen?
What do you mean? Is it similar to ramen?
So, I mean, ramen is pretty much a lot of times, especially like the noodles and stuff that you put in your ramen, you don't cook them separate. They cook in the broth.
Right. Yeah. So like for instance, we got like udon noodles, and like I told her, I was like, so listen, here's what we do. We put all the vegetables in like right away because they're gonna take 10 minutes or whatever, like the potatoes and the radishes and that type of stuff, and like the meat is so thinly sliced, you're like 30 seconds and it's ready. Basically, you just kind of dip it in there because this is like super boiling water. So I was like, throw all the vegetables in, and then let's cook the meat as we go and kind of eat it.
You're like, I've eaten this once. I'm an expert. Listen,
pretty much. I was like, yeah. I think I've had it twice, but yeah, I mean, I was the closest thing we had to an expert. But I mean, to me, it just made sense. Like, all right, you got these vegetables; they're gonna take a while, and they're gonna add flavor to the broth too. And then the meat. So, anyways, I was basically like, let's just save the noodles till the very, very end. So, like, we've got the meat flavor added to it, and the vegetables, and all that. And then we just, dump in our udon noodles, and that's what we did. And it worked out really good.
So it's kind of interesting though, because you basically are taking half the chef's duties away from them, right?
Kinda. I mean, they've made this really kick-ass broth, but then the rest of it, you're just like, all right, now I am the chef.
And now I am in charge of my destiny.
But
and have you ever been to? So I like places like that though. Like they're different. I've never gone to a used to call it the melting pot.
yeah, I've never done the fondue thing either, honestly.
Yeah, which is like, but it's not a cheese. That's not cheese fondue. It's
they have cheese at the melting pot.
Oh no, I think they have it there, but they're also like a grease fondue almost for like meats and stuff that you're supposed to cook in there. I don't think the end product is meant to be a broth. It's not like I'm cooking a soup at the end of the day. I'm cooking something that I just basically take a piece of meat and it gets cooked in this hot thing, and then I'm done. Like that's my meat dish is cooked however I cooked it. Also a place in Flint now, and I'm sure they're all over the place. I'm surprised I haven't seen one in DC. I should try to start a franchise in DC because it would probably be a freaking hit. I think it was called Black Rock, and it was they bring out a stone. It's like a lava stone that's 700 and some odd degrees with your certain meat dishes, and the meat is raw. And you sit there, and they tell you an estimated guide on what they think you should cook each side of this thing for.
Isn't that like Korean barbecue? Because I've been to places like, I thought they were called Korean barbecue places where that's basically like, I don't know if it's a lava rock, but they bring out like hot ass shit.
You're talking about Mongolian barbecue. You go get a bowl of raw stuff and give it to a cook who puts it all together for you.
No, this is at awesome. Table. Yeah. I like Mongolian stuff too. It's really wild to me. Like Renee's lived in this area for a long time, and she's never been to basically anywhere. I don't know what her and her ex-husband did, but like I keep taking her. Like there's a Mongolian place I took her and her kids to, and they had never even knew such a thing existed where you get the meats.
Is the one by you a BD's?
No, it's just
it's not
local.
Chain.
No, it's not a chain.
It's a local one. Okay.
Yeah. That's the the places where whatever you can fit in that bowl, and so you got the people like doing the stacking and shit like that.
The ultimate thing that I didn't do that successfully. I watched somebody else do it though. They built their meat up in a cone on the outside of the bowl, essentially, like in the bowl, and then like they basically made the bowl bigger with the meat, like three times bowl size. It was the most impressive things I had ever seen in my life. Like people were like, the chefs were clapping that they were successfully able to get that much stuff in.
See, I'm the opposite in this regard because I like to make sure I get a good spice on my meat and stuff. So I end up just grabbing 2 bowls and like fucking loosely packing it. Like what I'll do is I'll take the meat and I'll go and like I'll fill up 1 bowl and I'll like spice it, and then I'll use the bowls to like put them like to make like a round thing and like shake it kind of, and then I use the second bowl for all my vegetables. So I'm not a stacker. I just get 2 bowls.
Will you go get more than 1 though?
Not normally. Normally 1 is good for me.
Well, that kind of sucks for you then, because the ones that I've gone to always have a 1 bowl costs like, let's say $14.99, or all you can eat costs $19.99.
This one is the third it becomes all you can eat, so I'm paying 2 bowls. But I still am paying 2 bowls instead of 1.
How much is your individual bowl?
I think it goes from 11 to 15 to 14 or 15, something like that.
Okay, so you're not paying like $11.99 too.
Right. No.
Okay. No, that's I get it. It's still cost economical to get 2 bowls versus
Yeah. And I feel like I can do a better job of seasoning and all of that sort of thing than I could otherwise. The hot pot place we went to, I mean, like I said, I think I've only done it twice that I can remember. And the ones I've done before didn't have like a spice bar, but this place had like this huge ass spice bar with all kinds of different things that you could like mix up to dip your meats in after you'd cooked them, and that was really good too.
I'm gonna look right now for Hot Pot DC. I've never been to one of those.
It's really good. It's one of those meals that you're gonna spend like 2 hours probably. It's a long meal sort of thing, but it's really fun.
The closest ones are. There's none that doesn't look like in the city, but they're just outside of the city in like Arlington area. Yeah, but it does not look like there's one in.
Well, I would have thought there'd be one in DC. He's like DC's got a little bit of everything. You want to sleep? There's a bed down here, by the way. You see the bed over there?
Shanghai Lounge. Wait, maybe there is one. I don't know. I can rocket it, back it up.
There's one down
Like
there.
a
There's
little
a bed right down there. Well, you're going away.
Too late.
All right, well, I'll get in the bed over here.
I love if I can fly and eat at the same time.
I think so.
No, I said I love how I can.
Oh, I love how I can see.
I was just flying and chomping on some fish. It's like, yo, what's up?
But after we left there was a big Asian market beside it, and I've been told there's a lot of Asian markets around here. That and like Mexican markets are they're both very common. But I had not been to an Asian market of this size. It was like a Walmart superstore Asian market. It was so big, and they just had everything you could imagine. It was really crazy. Like I haven't been to an Asian market of that size. Like there's tons of like fruits and vegetables that I didn't even recognize. So it's kind of interesting.
Durian fruit.
Well, they had durian. Yeah, no, I didn't get any, but they had it. But they had like these lemon plums that I've never seen before in my life, and they look like lemons, but they were plums. There's just a bunch of shit I just never ever even seen.
There used to be this Asian market that was by the Public Service Training Academy, and I would go to it every so often when I had daytime classes because they did a lunch buffet, or not really buffet, but more like I imagine
cafeteria
style. Yeah, kind of cafeteria style, but it was their authentic Asian, cooked, food. It was so good and so cheap.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is like the price difference you see on some of the stuff in those kind of places.
Well, except for it's not in business anymore, so obviously it was something not quite right with their prices.
They had like they were shutting down the seafood area whenever we got there, so I didn't get to see it all. But they had a lot of live stuff that I've never seen before, like sea cucumbers that were live, like all kinds of just different kinds of like shellfish type stuff that you don't normally see sold live. Like I see Dungeness crab all the time, but it's never live Dungeness crab, and they had a big old potted live Dungeness crab.
It's kind of weird because you got to wonder for some of that more rare stuff that you're not going to have live. Are they selling enough of it? Or are they throwing away all these live sea cucumbers after like...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, can it just live? Like, do they just have these sea cucumbers and they're like 30 years old? Like, I don't know.
Oh, God. Yeah, who knows? That would be interesting to be like, he was here when we opened the store.
Right. He's basically a pet now. Please don't eat him.
But he was for sale, so all sales are final.
But they had a huge sake selection too, and it's very hard to find the kind of sake I like here. They just don't. No one carries it, and so I got a bunch of sake
I don't
too.
like sake.
Have you ever? Well, I mean, I don't like it hot, and I didn't like it the first times I tried it. But until I tried the nigori, the cloudy sake, the unfiltered rice wine.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I realized that I like it. Like I like that kind. It's more of a sweet flavor than the like bold sake flavor, and I really hate hot sake. It's just ugh.
Yeah, I do. I definitely don't like hot sake. I've tried all different sakes that I've been offered, and I've just never found one that I liked. It almost tastes like watered down vodka that I'm drinking. It's pretty much what it tastes like. And I'm
That's
just
how I
like,
feel about most of it too. But the cloudy stuff normally has got more of a sweet flavor that it's not. Yeah, I don't know. I got a one that Renee was like, let's get this one too, and it's strawberry sake. So I don't know what that's going to be like. I had to go to get home in time to stream, so I didn't get to like try any of it. But
you just chug it on stream.
Man, today, so I went to swim class or whatever, and after swim class, she's in there getting changed in the changing room, and so I'm sitting out front in the lobby, and this woman comes in, and she's got a bunch of balloons on this bag, like happy birthday balloons or whatever, and she walks up to me and she's like, I have an odd request. Can you help me with something? And I was like, maybe. I don't know. And she pulls this bottle of wine out of this fucking bag, and she's like, so I just had a birthday party, and I want to drink this wine out in my car, but I can't open it. Can you help me open it? And I'm like,
drink this wine out in my car. Like, I like this lady. This lady's awesome.
I know. She's like, I'm just gonna take a few sips before I drive home, so I'm not gonna get drunk. She's like trying to like make it sound okay and shit. And I'm like, I'll try to open your wine. You don't have to justify it. And I tried, man. It was like just a twist top bottle, but it was on there weird or something. It was all kinds of messed up, and I could not get her wine open for her. And she didn't ask anyone else. She just left. So I guess I was the only one that looked like
maybe it was her way of hitting on you subtly, and you were so blinded to it. She was like, "Man, my icebreaker is ask this guy if he wants to come back to my car and have some wine when he gets this thing open." You know,
and I couldn't open it, so I didn't.
Excuse me, sir. I would just not be a right person if I had you open my bottle of wine and did not invite you inside.
I guess I messed up. Should have tried harder.
Was she hot?
She wasn't bad looking. She had some kind of accent. Like I don't know what she wasn't. Like she had an accent.
Oh God, she might have been one of those people who's gonna get you into her car and then rob you.
Well, nothing succeeded for her. Either way, I wouldn't have been able to go because I had a daughter in the changing room. So.
That's true. I mean, were you outside? Like,
no. I was sitting in the lobby of the gym. Like there's like 4 chairs in the like the entrance area of the gym. She just came in there.
That is a very random request. That's for sure.
But yeah. Well, anyways, I guess with that.
Oh my God, we're so close. We're so close to that end.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm just been doing the top here now, like bringing it down layer by layer up top here. But yeah, we should end the episode.
All right, guys. See you next time.